The next number in this piece is the number 5. This piece is called Section 10. Section 10, 4 Moon Dream, or S10, 4MND. In the month of November 10th, 2010, I recorded this dream inside my dream book. Today I dreamt that I might have been in a room with my father and mother. Next, I found myself in another room with strangers. Some of these strangers were white men and white women. The people I seen in this particular room wore casual wear. It felt as if it was nighttime. There was a kind of toilet embedded in the floor before us. And I noticed that there was white, there was water in the toilet, but the toilet was brown, and it had like things, like pebbles floating inside. And I kind of hinted that this floor toilet, which was embedded in the floor, was clogged up. So in this dream, I found myself with a plunger, and I unplunged the toilet. And oddly enough, the things that was floating in the muddy pot, was floating in the muddy water, it came off to me that these things looked like Flintstones chocolate cereal, you know, the Flintstone cereal, but it's like cocoa cereal, chocolatey. Next, I found myself standing on an elevated train platform, and then I seen a train coming to the station, and I noticed this train was a R train. I entered inside the R train, and I found a seat. I sat in the seat, and I noticed this car was kind of full with people, especially with black people. Outside was evening or nighttime. Then my eyes focused upon a small group of young black boys who were probably in their 20s. There were 4 of them. They appeared non-threatening. They began to sing, and they were singing a very nice song. And they sang a song to a black girl who sat across from me. Then the train came to a stop. The train door opened up, and I exit out of this car, and I go into the next car of this particular train. And this next car of this particular train that I just exit out of was the front car. And I noticed that the front car had a black conductor, and I noticed that this train had a lot of white people in it. So I sat in this train, and I noticed a white man was sitting in front of me. And I kind of sensed he was somewhat drunk. And he began to sing. And then I noticed 2 more other white guys that were around. I was sitting around the first white guy sitting in front of me in the street. And these 2 other individuals also appeared to be drunk. And they began to sing with the white person, the white man I first took notice of in this particular front car. And somehow I sensed that these three individuals were airplane pilots. Okay, so the train, some stops later, stopped at a particular train stop. Then I exit out of the train, and I'm going downstairs. And then when I go downstairs, I was in an area I was not familiar with. And then all of a sudden, I felt like I should look up in the sky. And when I looked up in the sky, I seen the moon. It was, I guess, could have been a full moon. Then I seen something like a white mist form, let's see, on the side of the moon. And this white mist formed like a horseshoe. But this, I would say the U-shaped, horseshoe-shaped mist had like a neck that stuck out from, in the middle of it, and it was dent. The next thing I seen was a pyramid that formed over the moon and over the kind of like U-shaped object or mist that formed inside the moon. And inside the pyramid appeared three beings that appeared to have astronaut suits or have an astronaut helmet over their faces. And then I blurted out or thought to myself, pertaining to the horse, well, it's kind of horse-shaped white mist cloud that appeared by the moon. I said to myself, the horseshoe object looks like the filament U-shaped object that was seen on the sun in October 18th, 2010. And that I interpret this U-shaped object on the sun as God's Omega sign that the end is near and that judgment is on its way. So more or less I'm trying to say that this U-shaped, some type of filament that appeared on the surface of the sun in October 18, 2009, astonished astronomers and other scientists because they never seen the sun show something like horseshoe filament on the surface before. And as far as I recall, the astronomers could not find any record of the sun displaying a real long filament on the face of the sun, which I seen on the internet as well. So when I seen this filament, well, this white mist, kind of horseshoe white mist appear next to a full moon, I took this also as a Omega sign from God, that judgment is on its way, that the end of days, will soon be executed by the Almighty. Because the Bible does say that in the end days, God will show signs in the sun, and then the moon, and then the stars. And I just like to stress that after I seen the moon and the horseshoe-like mist and the pyramid with the three beings in it, I became terrified, I became afraid. But before I left this particular dream, I noticed that I noticed an Arab-looking man. He emerged out of a deli. I would say he emerged out of a deli because he had like a white deli hat. You know how people in delis cut cold cuts, and they usually have like a white square hat on their head. Okay, well, this person was also staring up at the objects in the sky, and he expressed a look of shock as well. But he looked at the objects just for a short time, then he entered back inside the store, and then I awakened from this dream. So I just want to show you guys what I seen. Okay. Also, I'm gonna stress. In addition, in this dream, I also seen what you call an Egyptian ink. I'll say an ink is like a cross. It's this way and it's down, and it has a cross. And I seen something like an Egyptian tablet. And on this Egyptian tablet, there was Egyptian writing, and the ink and the Egyptian tablet appeared underneath the sun, underneath the moon. So this is what I see. And so as you see here, this is the moon. It looked full, and here's the white mist that I seen next to the moon. And like I said, I had like a neck to it on the middle part, but it was bent. And then I seen the aliens, or the pyramid first formed, and I seen these three beings in them, and they appeared to have like helmets on their head. And then lastly, I seen the ink and the Egyptian tablet, and it had a little bit of writings on it.